Hello everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. Today we've got our CZ P-10 on the table again, this time to talk about something a little less desirable on it. If you happen to watch our review video on this originally, you would probably remember that I wasn't overly happy with the way the strap safety was designed. It didn't positively lock into the striker every time. One of our viewers actually watched our video and looked at his. We've only got one of these things. And he looked at his, and his did work reliably, and he noticed a difference, so I want to show it and point it out to you. And I'm a little disappointed that it came this way from the factory. So I'm going to disassemble it, set aside the parts we don't need. Now on the drop safety, it's right here. It's this little arm and this little lever. And when you pull back on the striker, you know, when the gun cycles and it pulls back on the striker, it should drop into this slot. And I'm going to pull back on the striker, and you'll see that it does drop right into that slot, whereas previously I was having to give it a little nudge. Well, if you look real close, there's this little copper line as a spring, and it's on the back of the striker or the firing pin block arm. Originally it was right here on the front on this ledge. And it looked like it belonged there, it kind of fit in, and it did give it some tension, so it looked like it was working correctly, but it wasn't. The viewer that pointed this out to us, his was on the back, and so I took the gun apart and I looked at it, and yep, it definitely was not set up right on the one that I've got. Now it was relatively easy to fix. What I ended up doing is taking a Glock disassembly tool, pushing down on this, so I can slide the back plate off and pull the assembly out, and I'm going to do that real quick. Pull that back, you can slide the back plate out, put your finger there because it's under tension, and then pull it out. Now one of the things you want to be a little careful of is there's a pin. You can see it here at the back. This little pin right here holds all those parts together. If you turn it upside down, that pin can slide out. I'm going to put my thumb under it and make sure that doesn't happen. But now that I've got it out, you can see there's a little notch in the back right here, and the spring's in the notch. That's the way it needs to be assembled. If you've got one of these, I would take a look at it, make sure that yours is assembled correctly, and if it's not, adjust it. I don't know if mine was a one-off, if it just happened to be one from the factory, but CZ is known for pretty good quality control, so that actually kind of surprises me. And if it's sitting here on the front on that little ledge right there, where my fingernail is, then it's wrong. It needs to be on the back. Once you've fixed it, all you have to do is slide the assembly back in, and it should go in relatively smoothly. Put the gun up on its end and just push down on this a little bit with your finger so that you can slide the back plate partway in. And once you've got the back plate partway, if you turn it the right side up, it should be the ridges face out, not that side, so ridges face out. Get it to slide in a little bit so it's captive, and then take your punch, Glock disassembly tool, whatever, push down, lock it in place. So if you got one of these, I would check it. I am going to let CZ know that this happened with mine, just so in case they've got a process issue that they need to address. But I'm going to go from the standpoint that my gun probably was not drop safe, since it wasn't reliably kicking in, and though it looked like this arm here was meant to push it in place, that's not how it's supposed to work. This arm is supposed to disengage it. That spring's supposed to push it into place. So I'm going to go on the assumption I did not have a drop safe weapon during the period of time before this was detected. So if you've got one, you'd want to adjust it and make sure that you have it set up properly. Oops, I gotta have the spring seated correctly in order to put it together. So, just a quick video to let you know about a problem with the CZ that you may or may not have. Oh, one other note, just as a little teaser, this thing here is a Mantis X by Mantis, and it's a training tool that tracks all the motion you do with your pistol. So watch for an upcoming video on this thing. This thing's actually really impressive. Mantis sent it to us to evaluate, and I think you're really going to like it, so watch for our upcoming video. Beyond that, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and have a great day. Thank you.